Mr. Chairman, members of the committee,
Please be brief.
I will.
It's very late. Some of us have been here since 6 o'clock this morning.
My name
Many
is
of us.
Jon Young of Boise, Idaho. I come here today out of great concern for my community and the rift that I see among my fellow citizens. I am a lifelong and grateful member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I am a Mormon. And I know I express a view that isn't shared by many in my religion, but I do know others who agree with me. It saddens me that there's so much political mistrust between these two groups, members of the church and the LGBT community. Our common human nature often results in us creating these grand narratives of us versus them. And I would like to share quickly what you can find on the official Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints website, mormonsandgays.org. On that website, you can read, "If we want to understand one another, we have to see ourselves in one another. Open the book of each individual life, and you will find a familiar story. Along this common path, each of us carries a cross. Latter-day Saints believe that Jesus Christ suffered and died for this very reason, to bear our burdens with us. And we also need each other. We recognize in each other our common needs for intimacy and companionship, and can discuss them without shame or rejection." And I like this sentence. "Our individual blind spots can be filled by our collective wisdom. Here we find our truest selves." Brothers and sisters of Idaho, I ask you to find this collective wisdom in those who are different, just as much as those who are the same. And I would like to close with some words that I think apply tonight. This was read by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, church spokesman Michael Otterson, at a non-discrimination ordinance in Salt Lake City, Utah. He said at that time, "The issues before you tonight are the right of people to have a roof over their heads and the right to work without being discriminated against. But importantly, the ordinances also attempt to balance vital issues of religious freedom. In drafting these ordinances, the city has granted common sense rights that should be available to everyone, while safeguarding the crucial rights of religious organizations. For example, in their hiring of people whose lives are in harmony with their tenets, or when providing housing for the university students and others that preserve religious requirements. The church supports these ordinances because they are fair and reasonable and do not do violence to the institution of marriage. I represent a church, and I do too, that believes in human dignity, in treating others with respect, even when we disagree. In fact, especially when we disagree." Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Are there questions? Thank you.